We are back with Christopher Cook of Alliance Insurance Services answering your insurance related questions. You can always text them there to the number that's on the bottom of your screen. All right, Christopher, this person says, if you live in North Carolina, can you have car insurance from another state?
Right. So this advice does not apply to military members or federal government employees, but state statute says once you declare residency here or you become a resident, you have 30 days to transition your tags, your license plates, to the state of North Carolina and register your vehicle here. And once you do that, you have to buy a North Carolina auto insurance policy. So you need to buy insurance in North Carolina is the brief answer to that person's question.
Okay. And now someone is asking about a non-owner's insurance policy. What is that?
Yeah, so non-owner's auto insurance provides liability insurance to a driver who doesn't own a car but may occasionally drive someone else's car. That's a pretty hairy topic. Parents, please don't buy non-owners policies for your children. That's illegal. Do not do that. You're breaking the law. The most applicable time for someone to buy a non-owners policy is if you get the opportunity to drive a company car and your company allows you to drive that vehicle for non-work purposes, say on the weekends or to the grocery store, whatever. Then that is a reasonable reason to buy a non-owner's liability policy.
Okay. And this is another question. Is it worth carrying collision insurance on a 12-year-old car that is paid for?
It depends, Tanya. I don't know the value of that vehicle. I don't know how much you value it. A $40,000 asset, I would carry collision insurance on. A vehicle that's 12 years old that's worth $5,000, maybe I wouldn't. So depends on if you've got the money to replace it if it's wrecked, if you want to be able to have to pay to replace it if it's wrecked. It depends.
Okay, let's go to this car question that we have. It is about car break-ins. We're seeing more and more car break-ins, super common. People leave their cars unlocked, whatever. Who covers what the thieves steal out of your vehicle? Which insurance?
Sure, shameless plug. Go to Alliance Insurance Services YouTube page, and we answer this question, and 20,000 people have watched that video. Homeowners insurance covers the stuff. The things inside, the laptop, the clothes, the iPhone you left in there, that's a homeowner's insurance claim. Auto insurance covers the damage to your car, the broken window, the busted latch, the broken handle. That's an auto insurance claim. So unfortunately, it's both. And if you don't own a home, that would be a renter's insurance policy.
Another reason to get renter's insurance. I know a lot of folks think, well, my apartment complex, they have insurance. I don't need to get insurance. So tell us the difference about that.
Right. Yeah. You can't insure something you don't own, and your apartment complex doesn't own your goods. And so they are responsible for repairs to the building, the apartment complex would be, but they're not responsible in any way for damage to your stuff, whether that's your furniture, your clothing, your electronics, whatever it is. Your apartment complex wouldn't have responsibility for that. So for $10, $20 a month, you need to have a renter's insurance policy to protect you in the event that there's something bad goes on at your apartment.
Okay. And while we have been talking a lot about car insurance and things like that, we're going to talk about some other insurance things too. So on my mind, because spring storms, hail damage. People have hail damage on their roof all the time. When it comes to your roof, does insurance pay for that?
100%. Yes, insurance does pay for that. I will tell you that insurance companies are raising their deductibles. There was an article in CNN today. Insurance companies are starting to exclude coverage for old roofs. So a roof's 20 years old, that they'll start to exclude coverage for things like that. But yes, in general, one of the main things insurance companies pay for on a homeowner's policy is wind and hail damage. Fire's first thing that we ever came up with in the insurance industry. Wind and hail soon followed that. And yes, homeowners insurance covers the damage to the roof.
Okay. All right. When we come back, we're going to talk about what happens when a tree falls and who pays for that tree, because that is always a common insurance question.